Hello everyone and welcome back to Light. In this video I'm going to be giving you an overview of Spectre Supreme, so let's move straight into the overview. We're going to begin at the proxies page, and to begin we're actually going to talk about the functionality of the program. So you have the minimize button, the X button. We do not have a full screen button, however we can scale the program by going to the corners here and going ahead and stretching it out. So that is what I'm going to do for this overview. Give me one moment as I scale it appropriately. So I think I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. So we're going to begin on the proxies page. So it's very simple. At the top we have the 0 proxies count because we have no proxies in there. Then we have the proxies place so that we can put all the proxies in, and then we have the proxies section where all the proxies go, then the statuses attached to the proxy and the actions. So to give a better representation, I'm going to go ahead and put a proxy in there. I've blurred it out for this video, but you guys know that it is there. Then I can hit the add proxies buttons. When I do that, as you guys can see, it says successfully added proxies. The proxy disappears from there and goes there. Then once the proxy is there, it says one proxy has been loaded. I have the test all button and delete all button. So if I have loads of proxies, I can hit this and go ahead and test all of them. However, you have the proxy like I said, and then the statuses going down. So right now it's idling because I've yet to do anything. And then individually you can go ahead and test them and delete them. So when I hit the test button, give it a second, it says testing. Give it a second to test. Now as you guys can see, the speed is 14,574 milliseconds. Now moving over to the profile section, once again we have a similar format. We have the 0 profiles at the top because no profiles are loaded. We have a 24-hour clock, and then we can go ahead and configure our profiles. So we have address, card, and obviously the profile at the end. So we can put the profile name in here. I'm going to call it video test. And then I'm going to go ahead and fill all this out. And when you go ahead and configure your country, you can go ahead and use a scroll like this. Alternatively, you can actually type into it and type in letters to go to a certain place. So I'm GB, so I want to hit GB. And as you guys can see here, as I type in card numbers, it goes ahead and appears on the card very nicely. It's the exact same thing with your expiry and your CVV. So I've gone ahead and configured my profile. I'm going to hit the save button, and as you guys can see, it says successfully saved profile, and my profile has been added under the profile section. I have the pen button to go ahead and edit everything, and I also have the delete button if I wish to delete it, and then at the bottom you have the delete all button if you wish to delete all your profiles. Now moving over to the calendar section, as you guys can see, it shows you all the weeks that come through. So for week 1 at the moment, it only shows the glowing zipper and it shows the retail, and you can actually hit the add task button and you can go ahead and configure everything, and you have the refresh button. So if I hit refresh, it goes ahead and refreshes everything, and then we have our 24-hour clock here. So just to recap, the add task button, when you hit this, it asks for your profile, so you can choose video test, the color, obviously the colors available, so I'm going to go ahead and click black here, then your size, OS, proxy, and then the proxy we added before, and then our checkout delay. We can go ahead and configure this if we guys want. It goes up in intervals of 500, and then you can go ahead and configure whether you want capture bypass or not, and then you can hit the create button if you wish. However, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to go ahead and create my own task with an item that's actually in stock. So moving over to the home button, this is where all your tasks are going to go. So at the moment 0 tasks are loaded, that's why it looks like that, and 1 proxy is loaded that we added earlier in the overview, so that's why it says 1 proxy. Then we have our 24-hour clock over here. Then we have the item, size, profile, proxy, status, and actions, all in association with the task you go ahead and create. Then we have the open capture button. So if you hit this, it opens up the capture harvester waiting for captures from your tasks, and you can also hit the login with Google button to go ahead and log into your Google account. I'm going to go ahead and X out this for now. Then you have the create task button, which we will get to in a second, and then collectively you have the start all, stop all, and delete all buttons that are in association with every single task you go ahead and create. So when we go ahead and hit the create task button, it takes us back here to the latest week, which is week 16. I'm going to refresh this like I said before. However, we can go ahead and go through all the items here, and I want to go ahead and do a test. So we're going to go ahead and look for an item that is in stock. So I've gone ahead and selected this. I want to test the Supreme Nalgene 32OZ bottle, and actually on the Supreme website at the moment, we go ahead and go to accessories. I drag this tab over. As you guys can see, we go into the Nalgene bottle. They are both in stock in red and black, so let's keep that in mind. So I'm going to hit add task. The retail is $38 as it said over there. I'm going to hit add task. The name is there. The profile I'm going to use is video test. The color I'm going to go for is red, and the size is going to be not available. The proxy is a proxy we added earlier in the overview, and the checkout delay is going to be 1000 milliseconds, and capture bypass isn't available within the EU, so I'm going to leave that unchecked. I'm going to hit the create button. Then it says success, create a task, and go back to the home section, and as you guys can see, the task is ready to go. So we have the item, which is Supreme Nalgene 32OZ bottle. Then we have the side, which is not available, profile, which is video test, proxy is green because we're using a proxy, and the status is idling. Then for actions, we have the start button, stop button, edit button and delete button. So if I were to hit the start button, obviously this task will start. If I were to hit the stop button, then the task would stop. If I hit this button, I can go ahead and edit the task. So what I'm actually going to do is go ahead and click select proxy. So I'm going to unload that actual proxy just because the proxy isn't the fastest. And as you guys can see, the proxy goes back to a red status, and then we can also delete this. So we're going to go ahead and run a test task here. So we need to click open capture so it can actually be sent somewhere. I'm going to go into the corner here and go ahead and drag this accordingly. I'm going to put the capture harvester, so both the application and the capture harvester is in view. I'm not going to log into a Google account. As you guys can see, I can go ahead and start my task and stop my task accordingly, so the status goes to stopped and all the captures will go ahead and go to the capture harvester. So that concludes the overview of Spectre Supreme at Copper Supply.